what I said last time, I gotta say that again because that video is never gonna see the light of day. But basically, what we're doing here, you're gonna need, if you want to follow along, you want to try this dumb bullshit yourself. You're gonna need VM VirtualBox. Download that, easy download on Windows, and you're gonna need something called Vagrant. You can just Google it, and it's got an installer. You install that bad boy. And number 3, this is probably optional, but it'd be nice to have like something like what's it called? Git Bash. I believe this is what this is called. It's like a MinGW terminal thing, and I prefer it to the Windows command line for doing this sort of stuff for some reason or another, which I've forgotten, but I think it's probably nice to have. Anyways, so you got these 3 things, you're good to go. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a virtual machine. You're going to install your preferred flavor of Linux on there, and you're going to have a good time because you don't want to be doing like web dev on actual Windows. I tried it before. It's not a good time. It's just a bad idea, right? So yeah, we're gonna make a virtual machine. We're gonna put Linux on it, and that's where Vagrant comes in. Because what that does is it allows us to make a nice little script, spins the machine up for us, installs the Linux box, and Bob's your uncle. So let's get started here. Let's gonna make a folder. We're gonna call it. What are we gonna call it? Heavy. Your choice.
Shit.
Too slow. Damnation. You're up. What are we calling this? What are we calling this project?
Hobo.
Hobo. I love it. See, fast answer. That's my man. The round is won by damnation. I love it. All right. So, Hobo. So we need something called a vagrant file. My bath is talking.
Can you share your screen?
Oh, you guys want to see my screen now, is it? He's so demanding.
Yeah.
Well, geez, okay. I guess I'll show my screen then. How do I do that again? Noise suppression. No, that's not it. Screen. That's probably it. Screens. Screen. Okay, which one is the safe one to show? Probably this one. Yeah? Go live. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right. Then we're good to go. Okay, so yeah, I got my folder here, Hobo, and we're gonna need to put a file in this bad boy. Well, let's do it. Let's use some. Since we're gonna be using Linux, let's do it the Linux way. So we go cd hobo, and then we go touch vagrant file. All right, beautiful. So we got our vagrant file. We're not gonna edit it in the command line though. We're gonna wait a minute. I'm gonna drag this over here where you guys can't see. I'm gonna put that into a Notepad++, and then I'm gonna bring that over here. All right. So, thing about vagrant files again. I said this before, but it's written in Ruby. But you don't have to actually know shit all about Ruby to get this done. You just do what I did, and you just like copy and paste shit that you find on the internet, and you're like, I want to do this. So you Google it, and you find some code, and you paste it in there, and then it doesn't work, and you fiddle around with it a little bit, and then it ends up working. But don't worry, it's very simple. So we write this configuration here. This is probably a function call in Ruby. I don't know. It's weird, but we get this object called config, and we can call functions on it to set our shit up. And there's some things you got to set up. It's very important. So config. Let me just find. Okay, here we go. I got like a cheat sheet I'm looking at here, which is just another file from an actual project I'm using. Don't worry about that beeping noise. That's nothing. That's weird. Anyways, so we need a box. So this is going to be the name of the image. So Vagrant, the company who makes Vagrant, which is I believe called HashiCorp, they have like a whole big database of Linux images that you can choose from. Not just Linux. I mean, you could. I think you can do like Windows Vagrant too. I don't know. Seems kind of weird though now that I think about it. It'd probably be like pirating. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But there's lots of Linux ones anyways. And one of them, Ubuntu/Bionic 64, which is I believe version 18 of Ubuntu. And all the Linux nerds are screaming now, Ubuntu, no, you got to use, I don't know, Kali or what's the one? Arc? Everyone likes Arc, right? No, fuck that shit. I'm using Ubuntu. You can suck it, nerd.
Real men use the command line version of it.
The command line version of what?
Linux. Of Linux. Like no GUI
Oh,
bullshit low
this
clock
is
energy.
well, there you go. See, then we're real men because we're not going to touch the GUI once in this. I installed Linux with the GUI like once back in 2015. Never again. This is pointless. No reason to have a GUI on Linux. You just SSH into your box and you do your shit. Am I right?
So does it matter if it's a Ubuntu or
Well,
anything
sure. I mean,
else?
if you get CentOS, it's going to be all fucked up because I had to work with CentOS for like 2 years and it's all fucking jacked up. First of all, when you install CentOS, your package manager isn't apt. It's going to be, what is it? Say it
I
after.
do
Say
not
it. It's Yum.
Yep.
Yum. What the fuck is that? And Yum sucks balls because you like install PHP and you get like a version that's like 10 years old. And I hate it. So it definitely does matter which distro you use, even if you're not using GUI. Trust me on that one. That being said, I only really know Ubuntu and CentOS. So beyond that, I have no idea and I don't give a shit. Moving on. Let's give our box a name. We're going to call it vhobo. You know, we got to keep things consistent. So these are basically the two settings that we only need. We actually probably only need this one. If we delete this one, it'll probably not work. I don't know. Who cares? We're gonna get an Ubuntu box. So this is our Vagrant file. Now we just run a command and we tell Vagrant, use this information, build me a machine. Build me a lean, mean web development machine. Yeah. Vagrant. That's not how you do that. Vagrant. Up. That's the command. That'll spin up our machine, hopefully. Let's just hope nothing breaks. Go. Okay. Oh, it seems to be working. Nope. What? The following settings shouldn't exist. Define. Oh, wait. Did I spell something wrong? Okay. So define is a function. I just read off my cheat sheet wrong. It's a function. You could call functions without like round braces in Ruby, apparently. I don't know. Who cares?
Animals.
What'd you say?
I said animals.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely savages up in there. They don't use curly braces. They don't even use round braces. These are some very hedonistic people. Perverts. Okay. So what happens?
Picking up any words or?
What are you saying?
I mean, is it working? I guess it's working because you just reacted.
Yeah, it's working nice. You're a little quiet. Who's that?
Brust Knight.
Okay. Gotcha. So I'm probably gonna like whenever you say something, I'm just gonna be like, what? Huh? But we'll get through it.
Okay, maybe I should just get the desktop app maybe, and yeah, I'll rejoin.
No, it's okay. Anything's fine. You do you, my man. But anyway, so what's happening here is the first thing it does is it imports the box that we asked it for. It downloads it, but it's already downloaded on my machine. Vagrant caches that stuff for you. So now it like spins the box up. It boots it basically into the VM. Oh, we're done. Okay. So we got a box now. That was fast. What do we do? What's next? Let me think here. Well, let's get into our box. So there's a command for that. Vagrant SSH. It will connect to your box and it will, SSH into it with the credentials. You don't have to worry about, managing your key file or anything. Just does it. And here we go. We are in our box. It says here, welcome to Ubuntu 18 LTS. It's all good. So what can we do? Well, there's something interesting here that I want to show you guys. So when we were spinning up with the Vagrant command, it said /Vagrant is arrow into users chili desktop hobo. So when you normally spin this box up, it will actually share the Vagrant folder, the folder with your project, share it into path, Vagrant. So if we go in there, we list, we can see our Vagrant file, and we can also see some stuff that was created when we launched. Actually, if we do LA, we can also see there's a Vagrant, dot Vagrant hidden folder there too. But anyways, I don't like that. I don't like to share like everything into my box. So let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. And now we're going to shut down our machine. And that's a Vagrant halt. And I'll shut that mother trucker down. And I'm going to see if I can tell it to not share that folder. The whole shebang into my machine. So that's going to be something like this. So we put some more stuff into our Vagrant file. We tell it, okay, synced folder. That's the function. So this is the local path, which is just dot, meaning the hobo folder. Yeah, this one. And this is the I shouldn't say local. I should say host and guest. Yeah, and I want to disable that. So there you go. Now, if I spin the machine up again with this setting, hopefully we'll see a little bit of progress here. I mean, it doesn't matter if you share that whole damn thing in there. I don't know. It's just like, no, what? Oh, okay, never mind. I just freaked out for a second. I thought, never mind. I'm just crazy.
Yes.
Yep. This just happening. No, I thought, because you can actually tell it to boot with a like, how to explain this? VirtualBox normally puts a GUI up, and that's the terminal that you can interface with the machine with, right? So you can put an option in here to say, to tell VirtualBox this, to boot up a screen. It'll look something like this, but we don't want this because we have this. If that makes any sense. So, anyways,
yep.
Here we see it doesn't say anything about the arrow from the Vagrant and the hoo-ha and the whatnot. So if I go Vagrant SSH now, that folder should not exist. Hopefully. Maybe it does exist. CD Vagrant. Okay, so it still exists. I don't understand that, because this happened to me before. Wait, it's not. It doesn't say it in here, does it? Yeah. So one thing that I thought before was, well, maybe it just exists because last time it was shared, it created that folder in the guest. And then I unshared it, but that folder still now exists in the guest. It's not synchronized, but it still exists. And so what I did was I did rm rf star, and I deleted that. And when I did that, everything in here disappeared, and I screwed up my project. But, so, we're not going to do that. I'm going to go touch. Haha. Yeah, it's still synchronized. I don't know why it does that. Anyone have any ideas? Because I sure as fuck don't.
Well, it disappeared.
Yeah, I hit delete on it.
Oh.
But, like, if I were to spin up, okay, well, let's just do it. Let's just fucking do it. We're doing it live. Exit. So, here, if you want to destroy a Vagrant box, you go Vagrant Destroy. And what that's going to do is, here's our box. Here's our hobo box. That'll delete all those files from the system, and Bob's your uncle. So I'm going to go Vagrant Destroy. And it's going to say, are you sure? Yes. And then it's gone. It's going to shut it down. It's going to destroy it. So now it is gone from here. Yeah, we don't see it anymore. I can delete this. I can delete all this stuff. It doesn't matter. Now, if I spin this up again with this configuration where disable the synced folder, then it should not be in there. But I don't understand why if I spin it up once with the sync folder and then I halt it and then I disable the sync folder and then I spin it up again, the sync folder is still there even though it doesn't say it's there. That kind of thing really pisses me off. Even though it doesn't hurt anybody and no one gives a fuck, I still hate it. Because, I don't know, I'm a little weird like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Don't you guys feel that? Does no one feel my pain? Crickets. That's the support I get here.
Should be
Crickets.
destroyed. I hate it.
Now, check this out. Check this out. CD Vagrant. No such file or directory. There you go. So if you want to disable the Vagrant folder, I guess you just got to do it like right at the beginning or you're fucked. That's all there is to it. But anyways, that doesn't matter. This whole tangent didn't matter. So
Viewers skip ahead.
yeah, you could just skip like, well, I mean, it's a little too late now, but if you just skip to this part of the video, then you don't have to watch anything that came before it because it's all pointless. Anyways, so we got this thing here. This is our virtual machine. We can see it's got some shit. It's got a display, VGA display apparently, even though it's not necessary. It's got 1024. Yeah, it's got a gig of memory. Eventually you might want to boost that up, and you can configure that in here as well. But that should be plenty for right now. One interesting thing here is we got one network adapter, and this is kind of weird because you can't really communicate with this one. It only works for the Vagrant SSH. I don't exactly understand how it works, but if we run ifconfig, we can see it here. It's a 10.0 boy. But if you try to ping this address, you won't get anything back. So it's kind of strange. We'll see a little bit later about that. But anyways, we got this machine. What are we going to do? Well, I mean, if we're going to do web dev, we're going to need a web server. And the most popular one these days is Nginx, which, I mean, apparently you pronounce this Nginx. I don't know. We talked about this last time. It's weird. But anyways, so we want to install that. You do that with apt install Nginx, and of course you can't do that because you're not administrator, super user. So what I like to do in this box here, you can't just become the super user because you don't have the password. But what you can do, you can sudo without a password. Like if I do sudo cd, no, let's go sudo ls root, right? I can do that. I couldn't do that if I weren't the super user, right? If I go ls root, can't do that. So what I can do is I can do sudo su. I can become the super user without having a password. That's the trick that we figured out last time, that I remembered. So now we want to do apt install Nginx, and we do want to do that. So get your butt in gear. It's gonna be a good time. So we let this thing download a bunch of stuff, and then what are we gonna do? Then we're gonna try to visit, because when you install Nginx, or if you install like Apache HTTPD, it usually puts like a test web page up there for you, so you can visit your box's address, and it should give us like some dumb page that says, hey, you installed Nginx, but you didn't set a website, you dumbass. So I gotta bring up Firefox, because if I bring up Chrome, you guys know what happens when I bring up Chrome. It's a whole lot of porn. So if I try to visit this address, spoilers, ain't gonna work. Like I said before, this network adapter is all jacked up. I don't even understand how it works, except it exists for us to SSH into the box, and that is apparently it. And just to prove it, if you think I'm some kind of weird guy who lies about dumb bullshit, I can try to ping this address, and it's not going to work. Destination net unreachable. So, what does that mean? Well, that means we need an actual network adapter that we can connect to. We can connect it to our current machine, and it'll be great. You're going to love the way you look. So we'll exit out of our machine, and we're going to look into the hobo folder. Where's my Vagrant file? Here. Okay. So we need to add another line that is going to configure a network. Gotta look through my cheat sheet here. Config. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So, looks like something like this. So again, it's a function, config VM network. We want a private network. There's also an option for a public network. And then people like on your network could connect to your machine. But private network means only my local machine can connect to the VM, which is usually what you want for development. Now the IP address is going to be, I believe it has to be 192 dot. Let me see here. Where's my boy? 168. This is important. I think it always has to be this. .30. And then the last number is free, right? So, you know what we're going to do there. That's no surprises. We got to save that. Wait, why isn't it saving? Save it. Okay. Then we're going to spin this baby up again. And we should see another network address. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, okay. I thought that was that bullshit again with the plugins that we had last time. I was about to lose my freaking mind. Network. Wrong number of arguments. Given to. Well, I don't. One second. Where's the thing in my cheat sheet here? Private network, comma. Oh, yeah. It's got to be like, this is like, I don't know. This is freaking, I don't know. It's Ruby. It's weird. You just copy and paste shit, and then when you get an error, you Google the error, and then it works eventually. Didn't work this time, but it'll work eventually.
Because you did not save the file.
There you go. You see? This is why I needed Heavy here. It's going to save this video an extra at least 30 minutes. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, now it works.
Useful. What's my purpose?
It was super fast. It was super fast this time because we already booted. So now we go Vagrant SSH. No, wait. First, let's take a look at our machine, and we can see. Wait.
It's still running, and I think you have to spin it up again.
No, it was bringing machine up, checking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Machine already provisioned. Like the force, yeah, that works. Private network, that works. Why are you the way you are? What if I go here? No. It still only has one adapter here, and that's not cool.
My question is, did it have? I mean, you did a Vagrant up while the machine was already up.
Oh, yes.
You just exited from the SSH.
I think I did not do Vagrant halt. Let's try that.
No, you did not.
I was thinking that was really fast. I was very impressed with how fast that was. Turns out it was already running.
Yeah. My girlfriend is always impressed with how fast I am.
Nice. It's a sex joke.
It's a sad
I got it. All right. So now we look. You can see. Yeah, we got another adapter, and it's a little different. So this one is a NAT. I don't know what that means, but if we click on it, maybe they'll say something. This one is host-only adapter. So that's what the private network means. It means it's an adapter, but it's only available to the host. Anyone outside of this current machine will not be able to access it. That's what that means. I don't know. What if I click on this? No, it just says attached to NAT. Yeah, I don't know what it means. I mean, I know what NAT stands for. I just don't know what it means in the context of this. Vagrant up. No. Vagrant SSH. Yes. Okay, so now we've got this thing running. Right. Can I visit the web page? It's not visiting the web page. No, okay, it's the wrong address. Of course, we gotta.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we want to visit this. We want to visit this address. 192.168.33.
It's 30.
33 is a little weird. Let's try 30. There we go. Yeah. We did it. Welcome to Nginx. If you see this was successfully installed, further configuration is required. So we've done it. Mission accomplished. So where is this? Well, we could figure it out. The first thing you gotta learn about Linux is whenever you want to configure something, it's all in this directory called etc, which stands for what, Heavy? Do you remember from last time?
Etc.
Fuck, you fucking... Well, I might as well be talking to like a collection of cats.
Enter to configure or something.
Oh, he's very close. Okay, I'll give it to him. Edit to configure is correct. Yes. So it's a whole...
Sorry, my English is bad.
Nah, yeah, good. Use that excuse. You earned it. You earned it. No, so you go cd etc. Yeah, etc. And you see like a whole bunch of folders and shit in here mostly for all the different stuff that's installed on your machine, like Vim. Ooh, I should just remove that right now. I hate it. But here we got Nginx. So cd Nginx, and yeah. So etc, edit to continue to not continue to configure a bunch of configuration files. They're just plain text. You edit them, and that is how you configure shit. There's no menus or anything. Just text files, which is actually kind of good for web stuff. Not so good for like, grandma trying to use her computer. That's why you don't see a lot of grandmas running Linux, but it's good for web stuff. So we go sudo su, because I don't want to have to type sudo every freaking time. And then we go nano nginx.conf. And here's the configuration file. And it sets up a bunch of bullshit. It says the PID file, which stores the process ID, is going to be here. And the name of the user that the service runs as, the Nginx server, is www.data. All very interesting stuff. Settings for the server. Turn on gzip. Sure. Sounds good. And if we go down to the bottom here, this is very important. You'll often see this in configuration files. It's going to include with a star here. So everything in the conf.d folder, star.conf, will be included. And everything in the sites enabled folder is going to be included into this configuration. So here, this folder is actually where you put the configurations for your individual sites. You can run multiple sites on a single Nginx server instance if you like. But let's check that out. That was cd sites available. Yeah, so if we go, we'll just go cat default. And we can see here, I'd like a wider load, please. Yeah, not important, But yeah, so this server is going to be listening on port 80, and it's actually the default server. So port 80 and port 80 for IP version 6, I believe. And the root where it's serving files from is var www.html. So there we go. If we want to find out where the HTML file that this comes from is at in our file system, it's right here. Cool. Server name is this is for the default server. You give it usually like a name like this, like a invalid character for a domain. And just some bullshit here that we might look at a little later. But good. So we know where our shit is at. It is at. Should I exit? Nah. We're going to remain super user. cd var www.html. And there is our HTML file. So if we go nano, index this thing, and welcome to these nuts. And then if we go here, welcome to these nuts. Yeah, so we did it.
Classic.
Yeah, we just, we're now professional web developers.
That's classic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is.
Yep.
I don't disagree. So, I mean, now what do we want to do? The thing is, if we're gonna like make some bullshit web service, or I don't know, we don't want to have to edit it from the command line like with Nano, because that would really suck balls, right? I don't want to edit anything in here. This is garbage, and I'm not gonna learn Vim because that is for perverts.
Animals.
Animals, yeah. Degenerates, etc. You get the idea. So what we want to do is we want to edit our file from Windows. I want to have a nice IDE experience in Windows and edit the file as it exists in Linux, and then I can see my changes immediately. So we're going to go back to our shared folder bullshit, and now we're going to share something into here. So where's that in here? Yeah. So if we do this, something like this. So we're going to call synced folder, and this is the host. Yeah, that's what we call it. So the host, we're going to put a host folder called shared. It's going to be in here, and that is going to go into var www, put it at HTML, and create true. All this means is that if it doesn't exist on the host, it'll create it in here. Otherwise, if you don't put this, it'll just error out if it doesn't exist here. So that's a problem, right? So we'll do that, and it should work. The thing about disabling didn't work when we had to kill the whole machine, but adding a new share should work. So we'll do vagrant halt. Kill the machine. Not kill it, but turn it off. And then vagrant up. And if we do this, we look in here, we should see the shared folder popping into existence anytime now. There it is. Beautiful. It doesn't have anything in it yet. I don't know if this is going to kill the file that was already existing there. That index, that HTML file. It might kill it. If it doesn't, it should appear in here. I don't know why it does this. Like sometimes it does connection aborted and shit like that. Yeah. Shared. Yeah, so that file's dead now. If we go to visit. Yeah, it's 403 forbidden. So, casualty of war. That's what we had there. You gotta break a couple omelets to make an egg. Alright. So. I mean, we don't really need to go into here now. The idea is, what we want to do, the dream, is I want to make my index dot HTML here, and we want to open this up with our IDE of choice. Now what I use, let me see if I'm not leaking any detrimental personal information, but yeah, here is my thing of choice. It's called Phpstorm, used to write PHP, but also works for JavaScript, HTML, CSS, all the horrible things in the world. So we make a simple page. We go HTML:5 tab, and booyah, it comes up with all this bullshit. Like magic. Freaking magic. How did you do that, Chili? I'm a magic man. Wow. Yeah. Wow. You got it. So, I don't know. Hobo Town. And H1. Welcome to Hobo Town. And then if I go here, there we go. Amazing. So, I mean, what's that?
I said bitchin. As in bitch in.
Yes,
Yes.
The next engine.
I agree. I do not disagree with this sentiment. It's definitely bitchin'. Now, what we could do, just some things that you might want to do. Service. Well, I guess go sudo superuser service Nginx status. You can check the status of like a running service like this. You can go service Nginx stop. Now we do that, and our web page is dead. And then we go service. Then maybe not spell like that. Nginx start. And like magic is back up. So yeah, use the service command, start and stop your services. But here's the thing. Like this is pretty boring. Like you have a web page, you got like an HTML file. People access your web page, they download it. It's very static. It's very boring. No one likes this. Do you want to be an HTML programmer?
No.
This is the face.
Not at all.
HTML. It's this face right here. You don't want to be that. So, we need some way of, getting our scripting bullshit in here. And the way to do that is it's not super easy, but Chili gonna guide you through it. So, first things first. We could install we need something called PHP FPM. I should actually bring up. Wait a second here. I'm going to bring up Photoshop. And yeah. No, don't register. Yes. No. It's frozen. No, what are you? Okay. So I want. Where is it? I need one of my things that I used to scratch and write on. Let's try this one. Yeah. Yeah, this looks good. Okay. Familiar turf here. Okay. Now, does my pen work? Here it is. I found it. Okay. Oh, sweet. It's working. Okay, we can make amazing diagrams with this. You're gonna love it.
Finally.
Yes. This is what you all came for.
Yep.
Okay, so I need my No, don't tell me what I can't do. Yeah. Oh, this looks so good. 144 frames per second. It's amazing. Okay.
It's like home.
Yeah. So silky smooth. All right. So we've got Nginx running on our server. And so like when we go like, what's the Chrome? It's like the Firefox symbol. Kind of looks like that, right? Kind of looks like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it like, it connects to our server, and Nginx will respond with stuff. HTTP, right? You guys know that. Now, what we want to do is we want to say, okay, so if we connect and like let's say we ask for index.php, then we should like execute our PHP file. Now, Nginx can't execute PHP because it sucks. But we can make another service on our machine called PHP FPM, which stands for Fast CGI Process Manager. Yeah. So when we ask for index.php, then Nginx will be like, oh, I know this. And it'll say, you handle this. I don't want any of this shit. And then PHP FPM will execute the PHP file, and it will return the result probably to Nginx, who will then return it to Firefox. That's what we want to do. So we got to install PHP FPM, is what I'm trying to say. Now, the thing is, I always want the new shiny thing. And if you install with your package manager just vanilla, you usually won't get the shiny new thing. You're going to get the thing that's a little older, it's a little busted, it's a little worn out, it's a little more, loose. So, what we're going to do is we're going to say apt add repository. So we're going to this isn't like when you buy, what am I trying to say here? It's like not buying something at Amazon.com. It's like going to the dark web and buying some, I don't know, some weird freaky anime porn that's illegal in Australia. That doesn't make any sense. So here's how you do. You add a new repository to your package manager. And this is the one that is good for PHP on Dredge. And this is probably going to take a little bit. Yeah, do it. Do it. Yeah, it's going to download a whole bunch of information about how to get the newest, shiniest PHP that you can possibly get. Although I don't think we'll get the newest one because that's PHP 8. We're going to get 7.4, which is still pretty new. But first we have to wait for this to download. And it might take a little while. So
Can we talk about something else?
no, we have to talk about PHP. What do you want to talk about?
C++?
You bastard.
Okay, I in my head out, man. No, I was actually curious on how you would do with the following scenario. You have your home desktop, it's Windows, it's got 2 monitors, you're dandy, but sadly you have to work on a MacBook,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't like that shit.
Yeah.
So you would want to do something like what you're doing here right now with the Vagrant stuff. You would want to be able to access your repository from your Windows and build it on Mac, because I guess that's how it works.
Oh, yeah.
Am I making sense right now?
Yeah. I understand what you're doing. I mean, it's the same idea, right? I do this because I don't want to use a MacBook, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing, and I think we talked about this last time too, is web shit basically all depends on Linux, right? And Macs are basically running a variant of Unix. So a lot of the tools are very compatible. And that's one of the reasons why Macs are so prevalent in web development. So I run a virtual machine to get around that. I don't see why you can't do the same for, C++ development, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to have a virtual machine when I have a perfectly good Mac sitting right here. Can I do something with this?
No.
Okay. So I have no knowledge about this, but in my mind, I thought I could make a private network in which I put my repository, I open it in Visual Studio, blah blah blah, and then I hit some buttons, and my Mac is going to do the compilation for me, and it's going to throw me.
I mean, technically it's possible, right? But the thing is Apple likes to cock block all that sort of cross-platform shit, right? So I don't think that there's for example, for Visual Studio, there are already tools so that you can work in Visual Studio and remotely compile on Linux, right? You're aware of those, I believe, right?
No.
Okay, well, they exist, and I've used them, and they work pretty well. But no such thing exists for Apple, and I don't think it ever will exist.
I understand. Okay.
So unless you make it yourself, and then don't tell Apple because they'll probably try to sue you.
Oh,
but
No. Okay. I'm sorry. for this
Yes.
yet another
You
tablet.
should be sorry. You should be sorry.
Okay.
Anyways.
I am ashamed.
Anyways. So we've imported our package. We've grabbed our package like Michael Jackson. And now it's time. I guess we have to maybe update. It might not be necessary, but it's always a good idea. Apt update. Just to make sure. And when we do this, it might grab... No, okay, it's done. So grabbing the package also updated our shit. And now we're good. So now we can install lots and lots of PHP. Let me think here. What? I mean, there's so many things to install. I'm not even sure exactly which one I want. I'm wondering now if I put the cart before the horse here. Because in order to get this bullshit to work, we're going to have to dig into the Nginx configuration files a little bit. But I haven't really touched on that much yet. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna put the PHP on hold for just a teensy weensy little bit. I'm gonna show you something that I like to do. So we're going to shared. We're gonna make a new text document. And we're gonna call it donkey.fart. Yes, I want to change the file name. And then we're going to make another one. And we're going to call it push Nginx dot shit. Yeah. So what I like to do, I mean, what we could do is we could just, CD into the etc folder that contains the Nginx stuff. We can, do nano and edit our freaking configuration file in nano. And I often do that, but I don't like it. I hate it. What I would like to do is I would like to edit my configuration file in here. And then I would copy it to the destination folder, etc, Nginx, whatever. conf.d or sites available, whatever it's called. So what I do to make my life a little easier is I make a little script. Let's put that in here. And okay, so how does that go again? I always forget it. It's like hash
Bin bash.
yeah, exclamation mark bin bash, right? That's the shebang, right? I always have to look it up. And then this is a simple thing, right? We could just copy this. We could copy donkey.fart into etc Nginx sites available. And then, so the way, and this is kind of dumb, but I might as well explain it because that's what we're here, right? etc Nginx, yeah. So there are two things. There's sites enabled. And that contains, the default is the site that's just the default one. When you type in the IP address, it's going to hit this thing. Now, if you look at this, this isn't a file. It's actually a symbolic link. And it links to default in sites available. So when you want to enable a site, you put your configuration in sites available, and then you put a symbolic link in sites enabled. And that will enable the site. And if you want to turn the site off, you don't have to delete the whole configuration. You just delete the symbolic link and the site is turned off. And you can turn it back on by putting a symbolic link back there. And that's how that works. So, ln S for symbolic. Now, I always forget which one goes first. Is it the target or is it the link?
I think it's from 2.
I think it's from 2?
Yeah.
Okay. If this is wrong, I'm never going to let you live it down. Always remind you of that time you were wrong about something. All right. Sites. No. Sites enabled. Yeah. Slash. Donkey.fart. And then etc Nginx sites available donkey.fart. So this is the script that will deploy and enable the configuration for this bad boy here. All right, so I should cheat and steal. Yeah, I mean, y'all always, for sure. But in this particular situation, where are my conf Nginx? Oh, here's the good shit. Okay. Sites available. Yeah, okay. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with propane. All right. So, donkey.fart. So let's make ourselves a server configuration here. Server. See, the Nginx configuration uses curly braces, and therefore it is halal.
Best.
Yeah, best. That's what I meant to say. Listen. Okay, so we're gonna listen on port 80. And I guess we also want to listen on, I don't even know what this fucking shit means, but I mean, it probably means something to do with IP version 6. Don't ask me about IP version 6. I don't even know what it fucking does. Does anyone ever use that? Does it ever mean anything?
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I've heard about it, read it on the back of the box, but
no, you never. When you have to connect to an address or whatever, it's never like all those weird numbers, right? It's just your 4 standard,
yeah,
the good old boys. All right. So the server name is going to be donkey.fart, and this is important because let me think. Why is this important again? Oh yeah. So if we connect to the server with this domain name, it will select this instead of selecting the default one. You'll see that in a second. All right. And then we're going to do... Fuck.
Must you put some quotes on donkey.fart?
I don't think so. Quotes are usually not necessary in Nginx configurations unless you have a space somewhere. And then you're in quote town. But if you know spaces, then you're good to go. Probably. All right. So we need a location thing that says, okay, so any URL that you request that starts with a slash is going to go in here, which basically means every single URL you request. And we're going to tell it, try files URI. So try to see. So like, for example, if we request donkey.fart slash but slash index.html, it is going to look, oh wait, we're missing something here. It's very important. We need the root where we're going to serve files from, and that's var.www.html.donkey.fart. Yeah, there we go. So if we request this URL, whatever, it is going to look in var www.html.donkey.fart, but, and it's going to look for the file index.html. It's going to try to serve that. And if it doesn't find it, it's going to go to the next thing in the list. And the next thing in the list is going to be, let me think here, 404. error. Maybe. If we do this, maybe it'll work. No, it doesn't seem to like it. Yeah. So this just tells it, yeah, try to find a file and return that. And if it doesn't exist, then give them a big old fat error. I think that's how that works. Let's get rid of this. This is the root. I feel like this is probably pretty good. What do you guys think? Think we're missing something? You have no idea. All right.
No, I don't.
Let's try this out. Where's my terminal? Okay, so we want to go home. var www html. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do /push nginx. Push nginx. Go. Wait. Bad interpreter. Oh.
Maybe it's sh instead of bash.
No.
I'm not
No.
sure.
You want to know? You guys want to guess what the problem is? I'm gonna give you one hint. It's not that thing you just said. Where's my freaking? Where is it? Here it is. Ah, here it is. So we want to guess what it is?
It's that. It's the to, but to from, not from to.
Nope.
Nope. I give up.
It's because you're encoding in Windows.
Yeah. So Windows. Well, when we create a file, it's going to default to CRLF, and that'll always fuck things up when you try to run it on Linux. So don't do that. Where's the freaking? Can I not just click this? Yeah. No. Where? Yeah. Unix. Beautiful. Okay. So let's try that. The big hint for that is if you look, it says bad interpreter, and it says bin bash, and then it's got like a $M. So yeah, that's kind of fucked, right? Go.
Fucking carrots.
Failed to create symbolic link. etc sites available donkey.fart file exists. Oh, it might have already executed that. Like this, the shebang was an error, but it might have been able to execute the symbolic link command. I don't know. File exists. Sites available donkey.fart. Okay, let's check it out. Let's check it out, my friends. etc nginx cd. Let's go to sites available. Well, we got something there. Yeah. Let's do it. Looks good to me. Okay. Except it's probably also with the wrong end line. Let me see here. Oh no, it's good. See, my boy, he was smart. Did it for me. Let's hear it for the boy. So CD. No, CD. Okay, sites enabled. Okay, it's in. No, wait, it's not in there. You know what? I think Heavy did us a disservice. He screwed it up. You trust him. You had one job, my dude. You had one freaking job.
No, dude.
Okay, let's try this out. We're not sure yet.
I must commit seppuku.
Okay, I need to make like a shortcut for this. var www html. Yeah. Okay. /push, and it worked. This time it worked with no error, and that is how you know Heavy full of shit. It's completely full of it. All right. So, etc nginx, yeah, cd sites enabled, Yeah, LSLA. Yeah, okay, so there we go. Donkey fart links to Nginx sites available donkey.fart. Now, so here's the thing. We need a few things. If we go back to this, we see that our root is in donkey.fart. So we need to add that folder or there will be problems. So new folder donkey.fart. Yes. No. There already exists. Oh, yes. Okay, that's fair. Do I want to delete this? Now let's bring it over here. We'll get rid of this for a second. It was maybe a little bit of a miscalculation there. Donkey.fart. Okay. So the folder exists now. We should put an index file in there. We'll just copy the one we already have. And Hobotown. No. Donkey fart box. And yeah. Okay. So now we got our second test page. We got our two sites going on here. The normal site is Hobotown. Population damnation. Yeah. No, wait. Now it says welcome to Hobo Donkey Fart Box. I don't know. All right. Okay, this shouldn't happen, by the way. This is a problem. But I'm not sure why it's happening. Donkey Fart Box. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I know why it's happening. Maybe? Okay, so first of all, I edited the wrong file. Yeah. I edited the file that was for the thing that, yeah. Okay, so let's go back to, yeah. Okay. This shit happens all the time, by the way. You know, you make a change, you check it, and it's not what you expect. And you're like, what the fuck? Nothing changes, or the wrong thing changes, and then you're pulling your hair out, and then you realize you were working on the wrong file the whole goddamn time. And that's just part of life. So, donkey fart box. Welcome to donkey fart box. Okay, we run this. We see welcome to Hobotown. That makes sense, right? Because it's the default site. And this is not the default site. This is donkey.fart. Now, if we go to donkey.fart, doesn't exist. But we can find some interesting stuff on the internet, I guess. I wouldn't click on any of these links if I were you, but
Is this a new fetish I'm developing?
I mean, it could be. I don't know. If there's money in it, I'm down. But so the problem is it's not going to find that because that URL doesn't actually exist. But we can make it exist with the power of our imagination and also something called hosts, the hosts file. You guys know about the hosts file?
I've heard of it,
No.
but
Well, I'm going to
I
tell you
don't
right
know
now.
if it does.
There's a file in your Windows System32 drivers etc. There's that etc again, by the way. Hosts, and you can put any freaking host name you want in here, and Windows will believe that it exists. So 192.168.30.69 is now donkey.fart, or well, other way around. Donkey.fart is now this. So we save that. It says you can't do it unless you're an administrator. So we save that. And then we hiccup and also burp at the same time, which is kind of, that didn't feel right.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a little acid reflux there too. But anyways, so now donkey fart exists, apparently. So if we go to donkey.fart. No, don't. No, did you mean to go to, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Do it. And it says, welcome to Hobotown. Why is that? We made a donkey.fart site. We are a donkey.fart, but it's taking us to Hobotown. We don't want to go there.
Is it not a synonym? You have to type a slash.
No. I mean, you can do it. You can type the slash if you like. Do it. Still going to go to Hobotown. Can you guys think of anything that we missed? A step that we might have overlooked? Do, 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 do.
Do you need to add in the sites available and sites enabled thing?
Already did it.
I don't know, man. Just pray.
Well, you know, I mean, pray often. I mean, I often do that. It doesn't usually help, but I will accept it as an answer. The thing is, and here's the thing you always gotta know when you're working with services, whenever you make a change, you gotta fucking restart that service. This is, you always gotta do it. So, service, Nginx, and you could do
Kinda
restart, or you could do reload, which is cleaner. When you do reload, what'll happen is it'll actually wait. Like if it's serving people at the time, it'll wait for the transaction to finish and gracefully restart. Whereas if you just do restart, it'll just, you know, like it'll pull the dick out right in the middle of the intercourse.
Oh shit!
Just like rip it right out there, man. Just it's very bad. So we want to do reload. There you go. So now we have our new configurations loaded. If our configuration was shitty, it would give us a big error right here, but it seems to be okay. And now if we refresh, I might be... okay, so it did 404, which is pretty bad, right? But it's different. It's different than what we had before. So if we go to 192, so we still have Hobotown. Hobotown still exists. And donkey.fart is distinct from Hobotown. It's just broken. And the reason why it's broken is because...
You did not pray enough.
Well, no. No. We have to actually type in here index.html. Didn't work. Didn't work. Why didn't it work?
Prayed in the wrong direction.
We have index.html. And this sucks. Why are you making a liar out of me, you stupid Linux bullshit? I hate you. Okay, so let's look at our configuration file. Why did I name the configuration file the same thing as the folder? I should never have done that.
You think that might be what caused it?
Okay.
Oh, I just hope it's because of the links.
Oh man, that would be the worst, wouldn't it? It's definitely not that, but if it were, I would be mad. Okay, so I just want to put this file back in here. So we're going to change the name of the configuration file, the donkey.fart.conf. And now I can have everything in my folder here. I'm going to put this in here. We're going to put the her in here. We're going to call it donkey.fart. We can do this. We can just copy donkey.fart.conf, the site's available / donkey.fart. There we go. We can have our cake and eat it as well. All right. So what was I doing? Okay, now I got my configuration file here. Now I can look at it. So var www.html donkey.fart. Try files URI /. I don't know why it's not working if I put the index.html. What did I name the file? HTML. It's in here. I have no idea why this doesn't work, but there is one thing we can try. You can tell Nginx what file it should look for if we don't put a file in, if we just put a /. What is the index of that, directory, basically? So index.html. So tell it to look for index.html when we give it a /. We're going to reload Nginx. We're going to go. We're going to find Firefox. We're going to go here. Still doesn't work.
Did you reload?
I did reload here. I did do this Nginx reload. But I didn't do the other thing, right? So what I should do, well, first off, sudo service nginx reload. We'll put that in the script because that's what I normally do. But yeah, we want to move to var www.html. Yes. Okay. We want to do push nginx. We get a big error, which is bad. So this is the fun part. Now you have to find out what the freaking error is. It doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you the error. When it tells you about the error, it doesn't tell you what it is, because that would be too easy. You have to go and hunt for it. This is the fun of Linux. So we can try journal. We can try system control status nginx.service. And it might tell us what happened. Directive index is not terminated by... Okay, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. You gotta put the semicolon. I always forget the semicolon for Nginx because I worked with Apache for a long time, and Apache doesn't have the semicolons. That's my excuse. But, you know, I respect the semicolon. Coming from a C++ background, I give it respect. But I still fuck it up. So, let's try push. Failed to create symbolic link. Yeah, it already exists. That's fine because it already exists. And it should have reloaded based on the script here. So, now, if we go donkey.fart with a slash, still doesn't work. I mean, I expected it not to work because this is basically with that index directive is the same as if I were to just type index.html. Why doesn't it work though?
Are the symlinks supposed to point to the config or the directories? Because it didn't rename those.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Failed to create. Oh, no.
No, that's fine because it already exists.
Yeah.
We can check it out. cd etc nginx. So we go in here. We go cd sites enabled. You will see ls donkey fart already exists. It already existed, so that's why that command failed in here.
Yeah.
But let's go cd. Well, we don't have to do that. We can go cd sites enabled, and we can use the donkey.fart symbolic link to print out the contents, and it is like this. What if having a dot in your folder name is bad? I've had folder names in Linux before that have a dot, but what if we just don't put the dot? var www.html donkey index.html. Let's just put donkey. We're gonna put donkey. Now I gotta change my freaking directory. I should really open up another. I'm gonna do that because I freaking hate changing directories all the time. So cd hobo vagrant ssh. We'll get another connection onto our box. cd var www html. Yeah, okay. And sudo super user. Yeah. Always run as super user. Never run as anything other than super user. That's my pro tip of Linux for the day. Dot. Okay, so we renamed this to donkey. Yeah. We don't need you anymore. This is the new hotness. Okay. So what was I doing again? Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Okay, so this is no longer called donkey.fart. This is now called donkey. And you are going to point to donkey. And push Nginx. Failed to create symbolic link. That's fine. That's expected. Now it should point to the donkey file. var www html donkey index.html. If that fits, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not an insane person. This should work. Go. Welcome to Donkey Fartbox. There you go. So the lesson for today is don't put a dot in your directory there. Even though I'm pretty sure that freaking works because I've done it before. But maybe I did it when it wasn't shared into Windows, or maybe, I don't know. Heavy is now trying to retcon his mistake. He's trying to save some face, and I don't respect it. I do not respect it in the chat. But
Perhaps you should.
we have successfully created
That's cool.
our two websites here. We have donkey.fart. If we put in just a slash, why? No, why are you freaking turning me into a liar, you fucking bastard? So it works with the index.html though, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So why is the index.html, why does this not work? This should definitely work. Am I freaking insane? Index. Dot.
So, yeah. The try files is supposed to look for anything that you put under the... Oh, okay. And if it doesn't find a file, it should be throwing you a 404, right?
Yeah.
What happens if you like switch to 403? Will you get an error code of 403?
You should. That's what I think. Well, let's try it out. Should be fun. I'm down for it.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Which run? This is in... Okay, this is in Nginx, so we gotta go cd dot, and we gotta go dot push Nginx. Yeah, okay. So if we do this, we get index. Now what if we try index.htm? 403 forbidden. Yeah. So this is the fallback. Yeah, you can put multiple things in the try files that'll try them in order, and this is the last one. And with the equal here, you can tell it to return error code, or you could put a 200 in here if you wanted, and it would just say, "Yep, found it, good," but there won't be anything. But this should. Okay, well let's RTFM here. Let's fucking do it, man. I'm not a coward. Oh, Nginx index directive. Index module directives. Index dot example configuration default index file. Yeah, default index. Wait, so this already defaults to index.html. Well, what the? Oh, maybe I should put it inside the location. That's weird. Because I have a server config that doesn't have it inside the location. It works freaking fine. I don't know, man. What if I try this? URI with a slash. So first it tries the URI by itself, and then it tries it with a slash added. And if it goes wrong, then it's just going to say, what the fuck? Return code 469.
That's
all right.
better.
Yeah. No, wait. No, I mean, obviously it's got to be 420, right? But, yeah, let's try it. Okay. So, now, you not you. You. So index.html. Oh well, it doesn't. Apparently, it doesn't have a bespoke page for return code of 420, which I find offensive. But let's try. Why is it not letting me select here? Excuse me, Firefox. I want to type. Thank you. Index.html works. What about just a slash? The slash works now. So apparently, okay, here's what I think is happening. All right. So index only works when you give it a path. It's got to, like, for example, if I were to go to fart donkey.fart / hello / and I just put a slash in here, this tells it, okay, I'm actually looking at a folder, so I'm going to try to look for an index file. Whereas if you give it a file name, like butt.jpg, then it will just try to load the file, right? But if you just do donkey.fart without the slash, maybe it doesn't look for the index. So what we're doing here is if we get donkey.fart without the slash, we look for that, it doesn't exist. We look for donkey.fart with a slash, that tells it to look for index.html, and then it gets the whole thing going. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how babies are made. Why are you... Never mind. I'm dumb. I apologize. Yeah, okay. So, we did it. We did it, Reddit. We got our 2 websites. Donkey.fart and the one with the IP address, the default one, basically. Now, why did I waste all this time to do this? I just wanted to get a little more familiar with writing a conf file, because when you have to write a conf file for a configuration that routes a request through into PHP FPM, it's more complicated than this for sure. But you know what? I'm done. I'm fucking done today. I'm done with this bullshit. Maybe if we take this up again, I will show you how to actually get PHP going with Nginx. But for today, I'm just gonna say fuck it. What do you guys think?
Did you learn anything interesting this time?
I mean, no. I'm gonna say no.
Oof.
But
no middle click equivalent.
But we didn't trash our development machine and screw up Vagrant and all the plugins. So that's a big plus.
I guess so, yeah.
No, it's very weird because after that, like after I did that catastrophe there, I decided, like, I went through things and I basically did the stuff I showed you here, plus I set up PHP FPM and just as a kind of like a dry run. So if I ever did a video on it, it would go smoothly. And then I did this and like a whole bunch of bullshit just broke. So there's got to be some kind of law there.
That it's just a curse. As soon as you show someone something, it doesn't work.
Exactly. This definitely a thing that happens. I mean, at work, like I'll make something, I'll build it, it'll be perfect, I'll test it, I'll test it locally, I'll test it on the review, I'll put it to staging, it works fine, and then I give it to the guy who owns the project owner, and we're gonna look at it, we're gonna go through the code together on staging, and it fucking breaks, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why couldn't you have done that in my local development environment, you fucking asshole?
Bro.
It never fails to happen. But anyways, so I don't know. Maybe if I do this again, then we'll look at setting up PHP FPM, and it'll be a good time. But anyways, thanks for coming, guys. You guys have any questions before we go?
No. I feel like I missed 90% of it though, so
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
It's all good. Heavy, do you want to apologize for screwing up our symbolic links one last time before we turn the video off?
I admit nothing.
Oh, this man, this incorrigible rake. Yes, we would call him a rake.
It's your fault for listening to me.
I mean, yeah, I can't blame that. I knew what I was getting into. Like I was like, this can't be right. But you know what? It'll make for. I mean, I could always hold this over his head afterwards. So, I think it was a good investment, really.
Yeah, well, we just always know from now on that Heavy can't do symbolic links.
Yeah, exactly. It's his Achilles heel.
No,
Anyways.
thanks to me, when you think of symbolic links, you'll think of me and on how not to do it. Therefore,
that's
you will
good
always
point.
be able to do good.
You know what,
links.
Heavy? I think you're in the wrong profession. You know, not development. You should go into marketing. You got that spin. You can put that spin on things. I like it. I like your hustle. All right. Thanks for coming along, guys.
Yeah, thanks
Alright,
for this.
see you, mate.
See you later.
Bye.
See
See
ya.
you.